Hello, this is Dalen75 Games. Welcome back to another Let's Roleplay Dragon Age Origins. I am Aiden Kuzlin, a human noble warrior, and I'm currently talking to Liliana, who I kind of fancy at the moment. She definitely has a very beautiful voice, and I think she's a pretty woman as well. And she's very easy to get along with, and she works well with the groups. So, why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to your mother?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
You remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andraste's Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
I think I might have one of those in my pack, actually. To go to the bottom where all the gifts are. Oh, I've got a gift from my hound. Where the heck is that flower? I picked up a flower in Redcliffe. Andraste's Grace. A small white wildflower commonly known as Andraste's Grace.
Flowers? For me? They're beautiful.
These are your mother's flowers, aren't they?
These were her favorite. I haven't seen these in such a long time. They smell just like Mother used to. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering.
She seemed to really like those. I actually inspired her in combat. And the more you inspire your comrades, the better they perform. That worked well. There's Wynn over here. I haven't talked to her in camp yet. Should save it, though.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
You're very sprightly for your age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Hey, don't say those things. We still need you.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
She's like kind of like a motherly figure, actually.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
You're a great mage. You would never become an abomination.
Every mage is vulnerable, no matter how accomplished or powerful. That is the first thing we learn, and overconfidence can lead to recklessness. One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone, replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if if there is any way an abomination can be cured, or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Oh. And who are you?
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
He's tranquil. They will work together?
The sincerity of your cause has drawn them together under a common banner. It would not have happened otherwise.
Okay.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Do you need anything?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
You want runes? Okay, you want me to put them in the bin, I guess. A communal box for the resources you have collected for your troops. Turn in runes to the circle. Well, I can give him unassigned novice runes. We have so many weapons that need runes, though. But they're not very good, the novice runes, so I'll give him. Leave.
Even the Templars will be impressed by the powers you will command.
For a great offhand weapon, it certainly doesn't look very special. The edge that I have here is the dagger. Okay, so Sten is very easy to not get through to.
Yes.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
Have a question?
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never mind.
Very well.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Okay, be the strong, brooding, silent type. And Morrigan is up ahead. She always has a lot of things to say.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Kakari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
I'm curious, what's wrong with that?
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked, if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remain unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
I can just imagine.
I rather doubt that. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Touching like a handshake.
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm glad it worked out this way, at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Well, she seemed to have liked the compliment, even so.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you're cute when you're evasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Oh, boy. Surely more would have followed.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Do you still think it was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes. So only survival matters. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
Well, from her perspective I can see it, but... I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really anti-mage like so many people are. I'm not afraid of mages. I have no opinion on the matter.
An evasive answer. Either you have no opinion or will not speak of it. No matter. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Shouldn't really like the answer to that one, but okay, let's go get some enchanting done.
Enchantment?
I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Okay, so Oathkeeper is the weapon I'm using. Edge and Green Blade has... There's only 2. So I think Alistair should get this. Beastman's Dagger is what Zevron's using. Don't really want to use this, but... let me see. +4 spell resistance. I might as well. Okay, so we really didn't have many, but we used them. And I don't think Bodan...
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
I don't think Bodan has anything. Have you heard any rumors?
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering.
I don't think everyone even had fled by the time they came either. Word has it they swarmed the entire area, making off with prisoners and burning down the buildings, and then they were gone. Just as quick. I wonder if there's anyone left. I heard some chanters were going to head down south, maybe to try to find some survivors. I'm not holding out hope myself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Heard any other rumors?
Earl Wolf has gone to Denerim to plead his case with Tyrn Loghain, I hear. West Hills has been hit hard by the Darkspawn, and Wolf wants the fighting over the throne to stop. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Let me see your wares, Bodan.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
I get a discount, eh? I'll get some lesser health poultices. Might as well buy these. And some small lyrium potions. Tomb of Physical Technique and Tomb of Arcane Technique. Well, these would be great, I just don't have enough. 22 gold, holy. He sells some nice items, some of them aren't bad. Oh, Bergen's Honor. That's more strength than anybody in our group has, 42. Blood Dragon Plate Helmet. I wouldn't mind wearing the Blood Dragon armor. It's just a little bit beyond my means right now. Oh, this guy, he sells a lot of nice things. Whole bunch of runes as well. Oh, and backpack. Oh, I almost have enough to buy it. It's expensive. There's a necklace. This unique necklace is made of delicate gold strands twisted together in a thick rope. I think I'll get that. Somebody in the group. But I'm going to save my money. First thing I always like to do is buy backpacks so I can carry more. And I'll save up money for that. Concentrator. Is it distillation agent? It's a little bit expensive. Boy, everything's so pricey. Okay, so I'm going to stop buying things now. Save it. I'm going to go over to Morrigan. See if she likes more jewelry. We have so much. Shiny gold ring. A simple gold band polished to a mirror-like shine.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Well, she seems to have liked it. Don't know what else. I mean, there's a silver chain. The short necklace is made of several... I just bought that.
A fine gift.
She really liked that.
You have my thanks.
This black grimoire I'm going to keep to myself for a little while and see. Look at this. Cold resistance. It's a ring. We do definitely have to... Ooh, that's not bad. That's for mages. 2 cunning. I don't know if what that looked like on her. Yeah, looks even better. There's 2 more rings. I suppose I can give her. There's a whole bunch of golden rope necklaces. Give her one of these golden rope necklaces.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
And I seem to have inspired Morrigan through all these gifts giving. So, give that thing to my hound, Chester. He's got armor, Bari war harness, quite a bit better than what he's using, and well, plus 30 physical resistance, so he doesn't get knocked down, as opposed to cold resistance, I suppose. And I could sell a few items before we run off, but I'm going to pause it so you have to see that. Okay, so I was able to sell a few things and actually get that backpack, so we have 110 space now. I was going to give the bone. The bone? I gave the bone. Didn't do anything. Well, my dog also, my Chester, my hound, likes me enough as it is. So, where are we going to go? We need to go down back to Ostagar. I can't believe we're going back there. Well, we had 2 people who wanted to come along.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't know if I want Zevron because he can't unlock anything. Unlike Liliana. It's going to be a problem until Zevron gets more skills. So I'm going to bring Liliana because I'm sure there's going to be some chests that we're going to need to unlock. So we'll go with this. Where are we currently? I think, yeah, we were right here. One moment. There actually is something I need to do in the Circle Tower. If you can believe it. There was that Watchguard of the Reaching. And we met something along the road. We're right nearby. What the heck is this? Be ready, guys. Save it. Adventure Leader.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Darkspawn, you don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
Oh, good job. What's the message about? I think I might know who this person is.
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Yes, this is part of the Mages Collective. We're just supposed to stop these people. I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
But it wasn't a real blood mage. Why not let us deliver your message?
I suppose that's alright. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
Yeah, I don't want to harm these people. No. Some death root and elf root over there. Guess that's good enough for them. That can be very persuasive when I want to be. Oops. More death root. Is this the return path? So it means I cannot go that way. It's where we came. Yes. Gather your party and venture forth. If you don't know what that's from, it's right from Baldur's Gate. You must gather your party before venturing forth. It gets a little irritating. Okay, so the Watchguard of the Reaching. If I go to... Or is that I can go back to here. Mages Collective, no. See, that was a careless accusation, so we just need to find one of the Mages Collective. Where was that? Circle of Magi. Watchguard of the Reaching. A low rumble signals a lowering of ancient protection. Something is free in the lowest level of the tower.
Remind me of
I don't know if I have the strength for another big battle.
The Grey Wardens saved us. Fighting the Blight is the least we can do.
True.
What's
The
this?
Circle has always played a part in defeating the Blight. This is our chance to show...
I shall do it.
Oh, wow. Did I actually not loot this first time? I thought I did.
Fight and die for our home, just like any other Ferelden.
I think she's trying to convince him to continue fighting. Lowest levels. This... I don't think this would be the area. This is about where we met Wynn. This is where we met Wynn. Petra, she's the one that was left in charge here.
I think we'll be all right now, thanks to you. The children are already a lot calmer.
Is this not the lowest level?
As you say.
What? Oh, you know, I don't think I've ever in any of my games have encountered this. Okay, so let's do this. It's some kind of demon that I had summoned with Watchguard of the Reaching. Fire everywhere! Holy! Can't even see what's going on.
Let's make this quick!
The battle is finished.
That was over fast.
A strange thing. Pure, literal distraction.
Quest completed. I didn't want that. I wanted the quest completed one. However old it was, the creature discovered in the Reaching has been destroyed. What did it leave me? Yusaris. Two-handed. I've never seen this weapon. It'd be a great two-handed weapon to give to Sten. Because he uses two-handed weapons. Wow, that's awesome. That's a really good weapon too. 16.5 damage, and I can add in 2 slots of enchantment. Plus 10 versus dragons as well. Definitely hang on to that. That's awesome. New codex. Yusaris, the Dragon Slayer. It's quite a story. Well, I'm going to end the video here, but skip on to the next one if you want. I'm just going to quickly read this, because I've never even read it before. In the company of monsters he went, down the empty wolf roads after the dragon, to the lands where the ice is like steel, and the air grows thin as a beggar, and every rocky path is strewn with the bones of the lonely dead. There Dane dwelled, and 50 swords were worn to rusted ruin before at last they found the cave of Fenshel, ancient keeper of the mountains, bane of wolves. Dane sought a way in which the dragon might be felled. Fiend of fire and talon, its scales brighter than any warrior's mail, teeth greater than men, and all around the slumbering worm were bones, wolves, men, beasts beyond counting. The fume of death frightened even the wolf pack, and Dane, desperate, crept into the cavern to seek the monster's death alone. There, shining among the dead like a star, his hound found a sword, Yusaris, forged by the dwarf smiths for an Alamari lord long ago, waiting age after age to be taken to battle once more. And this Dane freed from the earth and struck at the eye of the dragon still sleeping, with a swift, terrible blow, and Fenshel woke, wroth, only to die. That's the name of the dragon, I suppose, Fenshel. From Dane and the Werewolf. The legend of the blade Yusaris predates Andraste, the sword that Dane found in the dragon's treasure hoard, which he used to slay both Fenshel and the werewolf, was passed on to his son Hafter. Hafter is actually a very famous name for, in Ferelden. Dane may have been fiction, but Hafter was fact. In 140 Divine, he led the Elamari tribes against darkspawn that flooded into the Ferelden Valley from the Dwarven lands. He not only drove back the horde, he also defeated the combined forces of the Avars and Chastened, who hoped to take advantage of the chaos. His victories earned him such respect from the tribes, he was named the First Turn. After years of ruling the valley in peace, it is said that Hafter left Ferelden, sailing into the unknown, east of the Amaranthine Ocean, with the blade still in hand, never to be seen again. Yes, that also ties into Morrigan's story. I guess we had a little bit of help from these guys, so that's also helped the battle go faster. Ties into Morrigan's story simply because that's where her mother apparently came from. Mother was the one that was, in the tales told, was the one that invaded Ferelden, but in fact it was Hafter that stopped the Chastened and the Avyars, the other tribes of the region. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching, and more to come.